Hey everyone, welcome to Love and Truth. This is the Sacred Sex Goddess. um, why the name? I still don't know. It just came to me, so I'm yet to find out why. So today I'm going to address three concepts: acceptance, resistance, and meaning. Yeah. See me looking down. I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, so acceptance. Now we need to accept things as they are. Now to understand this better, let me use myself as an example. So let's talk about the parts in me, shall we? So there's the shy, likable me who I portray to the world. She's quiet, observant, smart, caring, loving, warm, judgmental, and sometimes manipulative. Now, manipulative because she never learned the proper way of asking for things. And this also led to passive aggressive behaviors. Okay? And she learned how to remain unseen. Yeah. Now, the sexy, seductive me is super confident with a hint of shyness to bring a charming effect. She's flirty, she's playful, she's patient. She's the part in me that knows how to strategize. She's the dancer, she flows with the rhythm of life. And she's the part that has desires, money, beautiful things, pleasure. You get the drill, okay? Now, for a long time, this part has been suppressed for so many reasons. Then there's the feisty me. This is who I become when I'm angry. She's fearless, brutally honest, focused, fiery, impatient. She feels like an explosive or liquid fire. She can be destructive. However, this is the part I have to become, or I become, when I want to get things done, or when I want to get out of a disempowering situation. Okay, I've suppressed this part for a very long time as well. Okay, and this made her more and more angry. Yeah, so I have a light, dark, sexual, logical, creative, still, lazy, active, mean, giving, and more parts in me. Some of those fragments were rejected and suppressed to keep that good image, okay? And they became part of the shadow, okay? The parts in you that you're not aware of, but the people around can see. Whether we are aware of them or not, they find ways to be expressed. And if you don't integrate those parts, you're going to be expressing them unconsciously. Yeah. So I had to accept all these parts as me and even found ways to consciously express them. Now, I'll give you an example. When I get angry, I don't tell myself I'm not angry and suppress that anger. I accept, yes, I'm feeling angry, and she's here. That feisty me is here to stay until I release that anger. Okay, so what I do is I find a place I can be alone with a paper and pen, and I get to write what I feel. Okay, so I get to use all the curse words I want to use. If I feel like mentioning the devil, hell, darkness, whatever I feel like writing, I just write it down. Okay, if I feel like stabbing someone, I write that as well. If I feel like yelling at someone, I write the things that I want to tell them on that piece of paper. Now, once I'm done, I usually feel this release of emotion, okay? And it's really, really amazing, okay? And then once the whole thing is done, I usually just burn the paper and it represents, it's like a cleansing, I'll say cleansing ritual, because again, you have to remember, anger is a very, very strong emotion, and these are words I've written with my own handwriting. So yeah, I have to cleanse the energy, okay, release it. So I usually just burn the paper. Yeah. So accepting I have multiple personalities, not the disorder, helps me love every part of me, okay, and work on things like passive aggressive behaviors, being dishonest, and this is because I get to understand why I was the way I was, okay. So you have the capability of being anything you want in life, so don't let inauthenticity stop you, okay. So like now you get a mix of me, you get the seductive me, you get the nurturing me, you get the laid back me, you just get a mix of me. Yeah. And this process also helped me see repressed emotions like shame, like guilt, like attachment, envy. Yeah. Not a great experience, but the result is amazing. It's like burning what you're not. It'll hurt, but it's healing. Okay? Yeah. So accept everything as it is. If you want to change your body, okay, accept it the way it is right now. Actually accept and love the way it is right now, and then move to the next step. Okay? Finance is the same. So, but always remember to view everything with a compassionate heart. Be forgiving, understanding, loving, okay? And this brings about self-acceptance, because you accept all those parts in you, hence self-healing, okay? Once you heal, a lot of things that cause suffering in the external world will cease to exist in your reality, because you won't be a match to that frequency. Your external world, what you see, is a reflection. Always remember this. Your external world is a reflection of your internal one. So what's inside is what, you get to see on the outside. Okay, so it's not outside to inwards, it's inwards to outwards. Yeah, so get to accept all parts in you. Okay, yeah. Resistance. Now, resistance will go hand in hand with acceptance, because what you don't accept, you'll resist. Okay, if you're inauthentic to who you are, you're going against the flow of life. Okay, so you're in resistance, and this is what causes the most suffering. Okay, so if the external is a reflection of the internal, then if you have that internal resistance, you'll end up seeing it in the external world. Okay, and we all know what you resist persists. Okay, so disowning, rejecting, and suppressing some parts of you cause internal resistance and conflicts. You get to see this in the external world for you to accept these parts, okay, and integrate them. Okay, but if you're always unaware of the internal conflicts, you'll continue suffering until you stop operating on autopilot and take charge of your life and release that resistance. Okay, now I'll give you an example again with myself. I had so the shy likable me, I like to call her Maya. Yeah, she was a Greek goddess who was very, very shy. Okay, and then she's portrayed as shy because she lived in the caves, alone. Then there's the seductive me, who I like to call Inanna. Okay, she's a Sumerian deity. Yeah, so these two parts, I wouldn't say they don't like each other, but they never used to like each other, and I'll tell you why. everything that was associated with Inanna kind of made me feel shame. Okay, there was so much shame in, how can I put this? Every time I think about sex, sexuality, sexual desires, urges, anything of that nature would fill me with shame. Now, because of that, I never liked to think about Inanna. Okay, so I've named them. Yeah, I have like names to all my personalities. There's even Shakti. Yeah. Anyway, so because of this, it was kind of a conflict between Maya and Inanna. Okay, and Inanna would get to be expressed, but unconsciously. Okay, and every time she'd get to be expressed, I'd end up feeling even more shame. Okay, but once I saw this and I accepted I am a sexual being, I mean, I am a sexual being. That's why even names like sacred, sex, goddess is coming to me. I am sexual. And if I keep rejecting that part of me and I keep seeing it in my external world, it'll only trigger me. It'll just be triggering me. And it was so painful. The shame, the guilt, just surrounding, that energy was just not so good. Okay, even my sexual energy was like, I wouldn't say dormant, but it was just trapped. Okay, so it's there but still. Okay, so when I accepted that I'm sexual, and me being respected doesn't have to do with what I wear or what I don't wear, what I say or what I don't say. That's your problem. Okay, if you don't get to respect me because I'm wearing a certain way, now that you have to take care of that. Now that's a trigger. Okay. You have resistance somewhere. So I had to accept this part in me. I had to find ways to express Inanna consciously. And trust you me, she's amazing. Okay, she's patient. She's a strategizer. She's the dancer. She's the happy one. She's the active one. She's also fiery. Okay, because that's how I view my feminine energy. Fiery. No, that's why I used Shakti. I also have Kali. Okay. No, I have the light on the dark side and I accept them. I embrace them. Okay. Yeah. So I had to integrate these parts so that I can be shy, I can be confident, I can be playful, I can be quiet, I can be talkative, I can be observant, I can be sensual, get to feel everything, I can be in my body, like I can be all these things. I have the potential. I can be anything I want. Okay, if I want to be loud, I will be. If I choose to be quiet, then I consciously choose that. Okay, so it's just that you just get to integrate the parts in you so that okay, I need to be loud right now, let me be loud. I need to be quiet right now, let me be quiet. I feel like being Maya right now, let me be Maya. I feel like being Inanna right now, let me be. Okay, it's just that way. I feel like being a mix of them all. Okay, I get to be. Yeah. So it's just getting to integrate so that there's no resistance. Okay, and once that there's no resistance, whatever you see in the external world won't affect you. Okay, right now, if I meet people and they're talking openly about their sexual experiences or their sexuality, I just blend in, because some time back I'd feel like that topic is just filling me with shame and it'll always be a trigger. Right now, I just love hearing people open up about anything. Okay, oh, I killed someone. Yeah. I'm learning not to be judgmental. There's no good and bad. Okay, it's just, here's the thing, our nature or our being is good in nature. So when you're being on that other side, you're going against. Okay, and that takes much energy. It takes a lot of energy. But if you decide that's your way, then that's okay. But our nature is just good. Okay, if you get to think thoughts of let's say just warm, loving, caring thoughts, you kind of have this feeling like you're at home. But if you get to think of thoughts of hate, and you'll always feel a certain way. It's draining to you. Okay, so it's what you choose. Yeah, and at times I do express that darkness, because at the end of the day I need to express it, but I find ways. For example, the way I told you, express my anger, it leaves me feeling, it's like a release, so it makes me feel relaxed. But if I don't take care of that, it'll just bottle inside, and there's a time when it gets to that point where you explode. Okay, and you do something and you're like, that's not me, but honey, that's you. Okay, it's just a part of you that you became unaware of. Okay, yeah. So we need to take charge of our lives, stop operating on that autopilot, get to know everything about you. One way to get to know so much about you is, one, just take note of the things you do. Okay, practice stillness and you'll get to see all these parts. Then again, you can use the external world to know what's inside, right? If certain topics trigger you, get to know why they do. If certain topics, they, you have resistance towards them, get to know why. Okay, so let me give you other examples of how your internal world can cause your suffering. Holding beliefs such as, people are always out here to get me, money is the root of all evil, money is a scarce resource, what else, love is rare, money and love don't go together. If you desire or want money and hold a belief such as money is the root of all evil, the root cause of all evil, then you have two options to release that resistance, and that is, see that you have such a belief, accept it, then get to know where it originated and change the narrative. Okay, or you can just accept you don't have a problem with being evil. If you can't handle being evil but still want money, then with such a belief, you'll have a difficult time trying to gather money, okay? And you'll continue suffering. Now, I've found so many people who are ready, who are willing to be evil, okay? If your system is run by such a program, you'll end up seeing the evidence in your reality, okay? Because if you believe that money is the root of all evil, and you decide, yeah, I'm gonna be evil then to get this money, then if that's the frequency you're emitting, you'll keep meeting people who are distrustful, who are shady, who are dishonest, because it's what you believe, and that's what you'll get to see, okay? That will become your reality. And if you choose the evil route, okay, you better be okay with it. If you're not, you're being inauthentic. And you can lie to everyone. You can lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to yourself. And you know that. You can't lie to yourself. And I've said, being evil is going against your nature, okay? But I think you can, if you can just be okay with it, then you won't suffer. But the problem is, most people are not okay with being evil. They are not, because it's against your what? How you are, your nature. So because of this, you'll have that internal resistance or conflict, hence more suffering, okay? Best option is to be aware of the beliefs, thoughts, and feelings you hold and let them be in alignment with your purpose, okay? Yeah. So you'll need to be a truth seeker. Be able to see the truth and not deny it. Accept and you release the resistance, okay? So get to understand where such beliefs originate from. And mostly you'll find these are beliefs that we acquired from our parents, our guardian, our elders, society, okay? Try to see how you can change such narratives, get to meet people who have different perspectives. For example, if you want wealth and you're in a scarcity mindset, get to investigate why you're opposed to wealth. Maybe you grew up in a place where you were poor, okay? And it kind of became your reality that money is a scarce resource, okay? So if you hold such a belief, that's what will run your life. It's the program, okay? It's a program that will be your reality. So get to know why you're opposed to wealth. Maybe you're opposed to wealth because you have that belief, because that's what you saw, and maybe you saw this reality since you were very young, and it kind of just stuck in your head that that's how life is. So maybe that's why you're opposed to wealth, because you don't even see yourself getting wealthy, okay? Then study wealth. Find a few people who are wealthy and see how they view the world. You can do this you don't have to meet someone. You can just go to the internet and do your research. Try and get the evidence you need from the world that is in alignment with what you want, okay? Release that opposition or resistance, and now start generating the feeling of being wealthy. That feeling is important. Start thinking like a wealthy person and be wealthy, okay? Affirmations can help you. You've heard affirmations such as, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, I'm rich, I'm prosperous. If you repeat this, okay, and actually if you repeat this over and over and over for 21 days, it kind of sticks in your mind. Yeah, 21 days. So you can wake up and tell yourself, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, and what. But get to first release the resistance, because if you have this belief and you have this affirmation, they are actually even in resistance because they're not agreeing to each other. If your belief is money is scarce resource, and you're here trying to say, I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, but there's a program that has run your system for like so many years, it'll be hard. You'll feel like you're lying to yourself. Okay, so first deal with the resistance. Once you release it, okay, then you start using affirmations to actually affirm that yes, I am wealthy, yes, I'm abundant. Okay, yeah. So once you're emitting that frequency, then your external world will begin mirroring your internal world. It'll start shifting. Okay, you'll start meeting different types of people or different kinds of people. You'll start seeing different events. Okay, so let me use myself as an example. I was struggling with lazy habits. I don't want to say right now I'm still struggling. I'm still not done with it, but I kind of like to use words that will make me feel like, yeah, I'm over that. So let's just say I was struggling with lazy habits. But analyzing myself, I realized when it comes to specific things, I am lazy, but not everything. Okay, so I had to investigate why I was against effort when it came to this particular things. And a part of me was in resistance to effort. Okay, so the more I was trying to address the problem of laziness, this part became more resistant. Okay, so I can tell myself I'm energetic, I'm active, I'm self-disciplined, but there's a part in me, you see, that is in resistance to effort. We think of doing anything that requires effort and our part just gets tired. So if you have that part that is in resistance, even if all the other parts are like, yeah, let's do this, and there's this one part, it'll all slow you down because you won't give 100%. It will always slow you down. So I had to find out about that part. Okay, and this left me feeling disappointed because you want to actually not be lazy, but then there's that part that just keeps getting you back to those lazy habits, so it becomes disappointing. Okay, but once I got to understand, I became compassionate, and to that part I understood why it was the way it was. And when I say, and I started actually having that self-talk, and when I say that, talking to myself, I mean that inner talk. Okay, I had to urge this part in me to try and work with me as a whole. Okay, because we owe that inner child what she has always wanted. Yeah, I got to see what my inner child's deepest needs are, and now as a whole I'm working towards that first, and then I'll get to my life's goal or purpose. So investigating why you have resistance to something can help you know how you can release it and move with the current, not against it. Okay, move with the flow of life. So you can do this with love or any other thing. Okay, so let's talk about meaning. So this is the last concept, and so what do certain things mean to you? For example, when you think of pain, how do you feel? When you think of a challenge, what do you feel? Okay, do you instantly feel exhausted and awful, or do you get to feel this is an opportunity for a rewarding experience? Okay, I love to use myself as an example. I'm an orderly person. Okay, you'd think I'd enjoy keeping things organized and clean. Well, I didn't, but I want to know why. Because I was cleaning and organizing things because I hate a messy place. So to enjoy the cleaning process, I had to shift from I clean because I hate a messy place to I clean because I love a clean place. So changing the meaning of my cleaning process released the resistance I had. Okay? So you can consciously look at everything you do and do this small shift. You'll see wonderful results. Okay? Yeah, seeing pain or challenges as an opportunity for expansion doesn't mean you want more and more pain. Okay? It just helps you to release the resistance you have towards pain and life's challenges. Okay? So pain is inevitable, but suffering is not. You don't have to suffer. Yeah. You can choose consciously to stop suffering. So I love using myself as an example because I love experimenting first. I love using my experience to bring out a concept, okay? And I'll say this, it's a process. But the best advice I can give you is work on yourself, okay? Once you have a peaceful internal world, your external reality will shift to reflect what's inside, okay? So awaken and realize you're the creator of your own reality. Now, let me be bold here and say, you are a god. Yes, you are. And integrate, become whole,